Today, I just want to touch on email marketing and what it is and how to do it properly. And then I'll give you some examples of some emails that we write for our farm. But email marketing is a multi-billion dollar business. There's whole companies that just focus on email marketing. There's all kinds of softwares out there. And the reason is because it's super, super effective, right? It's very cheap and it works. And even today, even though people are getting more emails than they've ever gotten, even today, email is the number one way to turn visitors that visit your farm page or your online store into buyers. Um, and so farms, if you have an online store, think about doing an online store, or even if you're just doing social media, it's great to build an email list because then you can, if you can capture those emails, even if it's just at a market or at your online store or on social media, you can start sending these customers regular emails. And even if you don't have an online store, they're going to be more inclined to follow what's going on in your farm. They're going to show up when you have farm events or special offers or special dinners and things. They're going to show up to your farmers market booth if you talk about some of the things you have available for sale and they get to know you and your farm a lot more intimately through email. This is one thing that I found that was interesting. These are some stats on email marketing. 333 billion emails are expected to be sent and received each day. I mean, it's just crazy. So, and the average return on investment for email is $40 for every $1 you spend on email marketing. So it's a really strong ROI. So those are a couple things I just want to kind of point out. So it's not dwindling, it's not going anywhere as of right now, although it is getting more competitive. Email marketing allows you to continually market to your customers 24/7. So you can be in front of them and speaking and engaging with them on a regular basis. It's huge. Um, it doesn't close for bad weather like a farmer's market does. It doesn't close up shop. It's open 24/7 and email is potentially infinitely scalable. Like you sending an email to one person takes the same amount of effort as sending an email to a million people and you can reach them all the same way. So you can grow this, infinitely as large as you want to. Um, a couple other points is that make email work is you really need to have a couple of things. You need to have a welcome series, and I'll show you an example of what I mean by an email welcome series in just a minute. And what that is basically when someone signs up to your email list, you give them a series of emails to kind of introduce them to your farm, what you do, why you do it, what makes it special, what you produce when they sign up. Um, After you do your welcome series, then generally there's another series of emails that goes out that's like a promotional series. So it talks about what your best-selling products are, talks about how to find you, or maybe you give them some sort of special, this week only, $10 off or something like that to motivate them to buy. And so those are kind of the core pieces. You need to have a welcome series of emails. You need to have a promo series. Some folks, it's a good idea to send promotional emails uh, throughout the year. And so a good kind of rule of thumb is a lot of times people will send promotional series of emails maybe every quarter, every 3 months, 3 to 4 months. Um, and that really should be to work effectively. And I'll talk about this later. For a promo series to work effectively, it needs to be urgent. So you need to put a time frame on it. Eggs are half off this week only, or buy a whole chicken and get a couple of wings for free or something like that this week only, and have that time, that deadline. Otherwise, people, if they think they can get it anytime, whenever they want, then they're not going to be as motivated to purchase from you. So in addition to having your welcome series and your promo series, you should send an email at least once a week to your entire email list. At least once a week. Once a week is a good rule of thumb. Some people do twice a week, but you always, always, always should send an email at least once per week to your entire email list. And this can be something like a story. you really want to provide them some sort of value, whether entertainment or education, something that's brings some kind of value to their day. So you're giving them a recipe, telling them how to cook your product, telling them how to cut up a chicken, a story about the farm, behind the scenes. Here's some of our farm animals. Here's our favorite animals. Here's their names. Short videos, stuff like that. Any kind of piece of information that's either entertaining or educational is great to send, and do that once a week to keep those customers up to date with what's going on your farm, and to start building up that trust factor between you and your customers.